I've been in the district now. I was a middle school principal, so I understand those that are transitioning from 8th grade to 9th grade. How anxious you can be, but we want you to know we are here to support you. It's the best year ever in your schooling. Pottsgrove High School is such a great place, has tons of great staff, and today we're going to walk you through what you need to know to really hit the ground running and be successful here at Pottsgrove High School when you start in just a little bit, like 2 weeks. Hard to believe, isn't it? It's awesome. School's starting. You ready? Yeah, right. Hey, well, anyway, we're thrilled you're with us today. I want to introduce someone very special to all of us here at Pottsgrove School District, and that's our new superintendent of schools, Dr. David Finneran. Please give him a warm Pottsgrove welcome. Let's go. Give it up for Dr. Finneran.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing, class of 2025? You doing all right? That's kind of the end of the summer, and I'm doing all right. I just want to say a brief hello and welcome. I'm brand new to the district. I started July 1. You will see me walking around the building, and when you do, please feel free, and I really do want to talk to you. I'm all about helping this district grow to new heights, and if there are ways that we can do that together, that'd be fantastic. We have a great program here today with a great group of people. One of the things that I'm just going to talk briefly, I want you to do is I want you to engage. This is your high school. These are your 4 years. We want you to build a 4 years that you will look back and be so proud of, that will help you get to where you want to be, that will put a smile on your face when you think about Pottsgrove. And it really is all up to you. So throughout this program, you're going to hear about ways to engage. You're going to meet outstanding teachers. You're going to meet outstanding upperclassmen that are going to invite conversations. One of the questions you'll see when I walk around, I'm going to ask you, hey, if you were me, if you were sitting as superintendent, what would you do to make this high school, this school district better? This is all about you guys, and I'm excited to have you here and excited for the start of your journey. I want to thank you. I look forward to seeing you around. I'm going to turn it back to Dr. Ziegler. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you so much, Dr. Finneran. Appreciate you being with us today. Well, we're going to get started and jump right in. So first of all, we like to start with the end in mind. And we start with the end in mind because we want you to focus on this right here, commencement. Think about it. If you're a 9th grader, you're talking 4 years from now, you're going to be graduating from high school. And it's awesome. Let me tell you, this experience here, this is last year's senior class on my left. Your right is a senior class president, Sierra Potts. She spoke at graduation. It was amazing. Commencement here is so special and so amazing. So it was outstanding. And we wanted to start with the end of mind just to remind you of how important this is. So introductions. If we can have the faculty and staff just come right down here. This child, you want to lead them right down this way. We call it staffity. We have a phenomenal group of staff that we call them staffity, faculty, and staff combined. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them introduce themselves, and I'm going to have them share their favorite thing about Pottsgrove. So, Mrs. Childs, why don't you start us off?
I'm starting. Okay. Well, I'm Mrs. Childs. I met some of you when I was handing out schedules. I'm really happy to meet some of my students. My favorite thing about Pottsgrove, I think, is that it's a smaller school. And it gives you the opportunity to really get involved. And I just really believe in that because it makes your high school experience so much better when you just get involved with something.
My name is Mr. Hughes. I am a math teacher here. I have some of you guys that are Algebra 1. I also teach calculus. My favorite thing about Pottsgrove is just the sense of community, just the way everyone just seems to come around each other like a family, just helps everybody out. I am also the swim coach, so if anybody's interested in swimming, you can always use some extra swimmers, so if you need that.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mr. Stock. I teach 11th and 12th grade, so for many of you folks that kind of want that for at least a year or two. My personal favorite thing about Pottsgrove is a tradition we call a color day here. It's an entire day allocated to the classes having sports competitions, a lot of fun. It's an event that a lot of people, when they leave Pottsgrove, they always talk about how much fun color day is. So that's my favorite thing about Pottsgrove.
Hi, I'm Judy Reinhardt, and I say Judy because there's two Reinhardts in the building. You might have my niece, Jamie Reinhardt. I'm a special ed teacher, and she's a math teacher, so you'll get confused with the Reinhardts. But we're around, and my favorite part of Pottsgrove, I was going to say, is the family, and everybody, how we all get along and how friendly everybody is. And feel free to stop in anybody's room. All the faculty willing to help you. So welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Rusevich. I teach biology and forensics. I'm also in charge of the morning announcements. So if you are interested in audio visual, please feel free to stop down my classroom number 9, and we can get you set up with that. I'm also the sophomore class advisor. So sophomores, if you have any issues, questions, come to me. And my favorite thing about Pottsgrove is definitely how positive everybody is. On a daily basis, you can always, as my heart said, go get help if you're feeling down. You can go talk to any of your teachers, any of your classmates. There's just a positive vibe from the whole building.
Good morning, I'm Mrs. Kalinowski. Some of you look very familiar. I was your art teacher in 6th grade, you're a 9th grader, so it's good to see you again. My favorite thing about Pottsgrove is, I know this sounds cliche, but it's all of you. I think the students here are very special. I love that my first day of teaching and now 15 years later, seeing you at the high school, I just think it's such a unique, special community that we have here at Pottsgrove. And I look forward to seeing you all.
Hello everybody, some of you remember me. I used to teach French at the middle school. Now I'm teaching 3 level of French in the high school. So I'm the French teacher here, and what I love in Pottsgrove is the welcome, very good support you're gonna have here. So if you have any question, raise or anything, just feel free to ask anybody. They are super nice. Okay.
Morning, everyone. My name is Ms. Shaker. I am the course director and music teacher here. One of my favorite things about this school is the energy that I get from the students in my classroom and in the halls. And just today, I was really excited to see a couple of my course people just helping out, and it's a really great thing to be involved in. So I'm excited to have some of you in my course program too.
Good morning, my name is Mr. Arnhorn. I'm the orchestra teacher here as well as at the middle school. And like Ms. Kalinowski, I've had the privilege of seeing many of you from we were about that tall. Now, some of you have only gotten that tall since then, but I still, it's one thing I do like, especially in my positions, I get to see many of you from middle school on up. So and probably my favorite thing is to see all of you graduate at the not for any other reason other than, you know, you worked very hard for so many years, and that's a pinnacle moment for all of you. So that's probably my favorite thing.
Okay. All right, thank you, staff and members. For those of you that are not familiar with who I am, my name is Garrett Damon. I'm the assistant principal here. Just to follow along in the conversation point, my favorite thing about being here is bar none the people, both our students, our staff members, but also our parents and our community members. They are just absolutely fantastic people. So, just to give you kind of a quick rundown on what we have on our agenda for today, we've kind of done the welcoming introductions. We're going to kind of run you through some of the nuts and bolts things that you need to know for those first couple of days here of school. Then we're going to break you out into kind of some chat and connect groups. So there are going to be smaller groups so that you can connect personally with our staff members, but also with some of our upperclassmen students. We're going to give you guys a tour. Each one of our teachers and upperclassmen, they have kind of the tour broken out. They know exactly what places to take you so that you can make sure that you have a full understanding of where things are in the building, or at least close to where things are in the building. Then we're going to give you some time to walk your schedule. Right? That's kind of really the key piece for you to be able to know, all right, where am I going when I first get here? And then how do I get to second period, and then third period, and then fourth period, and so on. And then we're going to bring you right back. So some of the big changes that you will see here when it comes to being here at the high school instead of at the first thing. I know when you were at the middle school, you had 8 periods and you had 9 periods kind of at the end of the day. Here we do 7 periods. They are actually 48 minutes long, not 50. We made some tweaks to the bell schedule just to make sure that we had plenty of time to get from one period to the next. So they're actually 48 minutes long. What you will find in those classes, as well as their lunch, is
when you're in middle school, you kind of move around, that's at the grade level, so eighth grade has all eighth grade lunch. You have eighth grade in your English class, and then you have eighth grade in your art class, and you have eighth grade in your music class and your math class. What you will find here at high school is you will have all grade levels involved in almost all of your classes, right? Except for maybe some social studies and some English classes, you will have a variety of students throughout the day that you are coming in contact with. Second point here, high school starts you with a GPA. This is one of those really, really critical pieces when it comes to my next step, whether that is college, that is career, that is military. That grade point average starts on that very, very first day. So you want to make sure that you are coming in, honed in, requesting that support from your teachers if you need it. More responsibility there onto the students, so making sure that you are checking your grades. You know that they all exist online, that you can check in, but then also not only just checking your grades online, but also checking in with your teachers if you need help and you need support, making sure that you are reaching out for that. And then finally, the thing that really, I think one of the best parts about Pottsgrove is those extracurricular opportunities. There are massive high schools in the world where you can only do one thing, because there's so many people that need to be involved. This is not one of those places. This is a place where you can be an athlete in all 3 seasons. You can do something in the fall, you can do something in the winter, you can do something in the spring. And also be involved in student council and NHS and our music ensemble, all right? So make sure that you are taking advantage of those opportunities, you are reaching out. Make this, as Dr. Figueroa said, make this your experience. Make sure that you are finding meaning with that. Bell schedule. If you take a look at your schedule that you picked up when you got here, right? This is kind of how it runs. Periods 1 through 3, everybody does the same thing. All right, everybody gets here at 7:30, you go right to first period. Then we get same thing with period 6 and 7. Same thing at the end of the day. Where things get a little messed up, or I should say messed up, where they get a little bit unique is when we get to lunches. Okay, so if you are seeing on your schedule that you have 3 periods and then it says lunch, or it says 4-0, that means you have a lunch. So that means you're going to follow that schedule that is all the way on the left-hand side. All right, if you go periods 1 through 4, and then you see lunch, or a 5-4, that means you have B lunch. You're going to follow that bell schedule that is right there in the middle. And then when you have, or if you go periods 1 through 5, and then you have a 0-5, that means you have C lunch, which means you have that schedule that is all the way on the far right. All right, so that's just one of the pieces that we have here. Okay? How many of ours are headed to Western Center this year? That is awesome. Okay, that is one of my favorite places that I get to go visit. I get to go down and meet the principal down there on at least monthly basis. I love walking through that place. If you're not familiar with the Western Center, this is our career and technical school. All right, that's where we have students that worry about cosmetology, culinary, carpentry, electricity, becoming an electrician, becoming a plumber, all of those options and opportunities. What an absolutely amazing place that is. Most of you are going to be Western Center 1s and 1As. All right, so what's going to happen is you're going to come in to the building, you get dropped off by your bus, you're going to hang tight down in the cafeteria, you're going to get right back onto the bus at 7:30. That bus leaves at 7:30. That's leaves at 7:31. That 7:30 bell rings, that bus leaves. So you're going to get on that bus at 7:30, you're head down to the Western Center. You eat your lunch down at the Western Center, so you bring your lunch, or you can buy lunch down there. But again, and then you come back for a 4th period. If you have any upperclassmen here who are headed for Western Center 2 or 3, you guys go periods 1, 2, 3 here, eat a lunch, and then you head out once on AM students get back. Hand it over to Dr. Z.
Thank you, Mr. Bain. You're all familiar with this. You went to our middle school. It's our Falcon Fort, right? And you can see we live by this here at our school. You'll see this throughout the hallways. Be safe, be positive, be respectful, and be responsible. And it's really about doing this, caring for our school and community and each other. It's about caring for all of us. So, academic expectations. Some quick academic expectations here. High levels of rigor. So you're going to get involved in courses that are very challenging. Just like Mr. Daney said, your GPA, which is your grade point average, begins in the first day of school and carries with you all 4 years. I have talked to dozens and countless numbers of students who in their senior year go, I wish I would have taken my first year seriously. Really important, because they didn't, and then they either are deficient on being able to graduate because they're credit deficient, they don't have the credits, or they can't do what they want to do. So really, really important. So next one, monitor your grades online. It's your responsibility to monitor your grades online and to really stay on top of that, stay focused, and be responsible with that. Work hard, challenge yourself, really get involved, and challenge yourself at higher levels of academics. Really, really important. And then do your best and don't give up. Ask for help when needed. And when we talk about ask for help, one of the most important places you can go to ask for help is our school counseling office. So today I'm going to introduce to you. Please give a warm welcome to Mrs. Childs, who's going to present a little bit about our school counseling office. Welcome, Mrs. Childs.
So we run pretty much the same way at the high school that you have at the middle school with Mrs. Kleinfelter and Mr. Kincaid. I know that you're in really good hands there, and the transition should be pretty smooth because you can come to us just like you came to them for your personal issues, any academic issues, social issues. Usually teachers are very willing to let you come if you're having a moment in class or you really feel like you need to talk to someone. You can ask them and come down and see us. If you have an academic question, something that you don't need immediate attention for, you can always email one of us to schedule an appointment, or you can head into the school counseling office, which was right in the lobby where you picked up your schedules, and you can make an appointment with Mrs. Crowell, and she will get you on our calendar. We also use Naviance. I'm pretty sure that you all use Naviance at the middle school. How many of you remember that? Oh, boy. Okay, not too many. So Naviance is our college and career search engine. If any of you are taking career exploration, you will definitely be using Naviance. We want to get you started on that as soon as possible, because by the time you're a senior, you are going to be on it quite a bit, especially if you're applying to colleges. So we'll hopefully get you on that as soon as possible. Right now, we are in the midst of scheduling, and if you've had any conflicts and you haven't done so already, please feel free to email your counselor, or if you just have a general question about your schedule and aren't sure how to read it or aren't sure what a certain class is, please just reach out. That's what we're here for, and we're more than happy to help. I think I pretty much covered everything. The last thing you see there is peer support groups. If we are running any groups this year, we will make sure that you know either through morning announcements or in the newsletter or through a blast email, but we'll make sure that you are well aware of that. So any questions at all? Anyone brave? All right, well, we look forward to seeing you this year.
Awesome. So I did talk briefly about our Western Center. This is the lovely front door of the Western Center. So again, if you are one of our students, like I said, down there, again, you're going to get, if you're a morning student, you'll be here to hop on that bus right away. Head down there. If you're afternoon student, you'll go through your 123 and then head down. Some of the other social and academic supports that we have here in the building include, you will see as you are touring around the building, you will see these red boxes bolted to the walls. These are for our student assistance program. Right? If you have any recommendations or you you're worried about a friend, right? Whether it's academically, socially, emotionally, involved in drugs and alcohol, you're worried about that, you can anonymously drop that into one of these red boxes. They get checked every single day and then referred back to our staff team. Our staff team is a group of our staff team members as well as our counselors that are specifically trained in how to intervene in these instances and to connect students and families with supports. So you'll see those around there. You are all, or I should say, you all should be familiar, it's safe to say, as far as the non-skip service that is put in place by the state. We will review that again at the beginning of the year of all students, just so you are all familiar. Very similar as far as our red stamp boxes are concerned. We want to make sure that you have that there as well. A couple of other pieces here when it comes to our academic supports. We do have some targeted study halls that are a little bit smaller in size. We have in past years pulled some students out of regular study halls we got them into. and we can make sure that they get, really those interventions and that support that they need to make sure they're staying on track. Because, we have watched it happen because we know our experiences. When we start out strong in ninth grade, we carry that through far more frequently. But when we start out and struggle in ninth grade, we don't have a successful year. That builds on itself and builds. And then again, we've got our guidance support, our peer tutoring, things like that, all those pieces that we One of the pieces that you might see later on this year is pride period. For us, this is an opportunity for us to look at a couple of different pieces, both social emotional learning, but also then getting connected and building on that in some of our clubs and things like that. So that's something that we might be looking at bringing in later on during the course of the year. Health and safety plan. As you can see, if you take a look around, again, all of our staff members are, many of you, again, have masks on. We want to make sure, again, masks are recommended at this point. Again, these are things, as have happened, as we've watched over the last year, are fluid. So again, we are working through this, but as of right now, masks are recommended, highly recommended when you're in the building. Making sure that we're keeping our physical distance, making sure that we are taking care of ourselves when it comes to good hygiene. And probably the most important thing, if you are not feeling well, whether these are COVID-related symptoms, or just regular flu-related symptoms, or just a regular common cold-related symptoms, it's okay. Don't come to school that day, right? This is about our community taking care of each other. So that means that we don't get each other sick. That is one additional way that we can keep our community safe and keep our community. So make sure that, again, if you have any of those symptoms along the way, you're not bringing them here. So what we're going to do here in our next step is we're going to break you out into smaller groups. We're going to do our chat next section. We are running a little bit ahead of schedule, which is stupendous. All right, so for about 9:30 to 9:50, we're going to break you into smaller groups with our staff members and our students, so we can kind of walk through some of our chat and connect questions. We want you to have somebody that you know, whether that is on day one, whether that might actually be your teacher, or somebody you're going to recognize in the hallway, whether that's an upperclassman or it is a teacher or a staff member. We want them to be there for you so that you can say, hey, Mr. Hughes, I don't know how to get to my science class. Mr. Hughes can then help you out and get you on your way. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to get you through. They're going to take you on a tour of the building. They're going to make sure that you see everything that you need to see, which is, pretty much a comprehensive tour of the building. We're going to make sure you know exactly where the cafeteria is, where you're going to be dropped off from the bus, where you're going to walk in to get food, when it's time for your lunch period, how to get to the gym, how to get back through the auditorium, those pieces. Then we're going to give you some time, as you can see, to walk your schedule. As I said, we can kind of lay this out to start. First thing you can do, where is first period? Right, so you're going to start there, get through first period, and then kind of make your way through the rest of your schedule. You should have plenty of time in that facet to do that. Then we're going to come back here, give you an opportunity to ask any of those burning questions that your staff members or your student leaders weren't able to answer, so that you can ask those of myself, Dr. Z, anybody else that we have here, as part of our team, that you can ask those questions. These are accurate, about 11 o'clock. So with that, we're going to ask our staff members to come on back up front. We're going to just kind of collect out. Dr. how are you going to do those? I think so. All right, so our first two rows, you're going to head with Mr. Hughes to rows 1 and 2. And then have to go. Mr. Grass, you're going to look Mr. Grass. Let's try it out. All right, guys. Next group here is going to go with Ms. Kalinowski.
and then go with whoever.
There's the gym group right here. These two rows.
And for those of us that are at home watching this afterwards, you can go ahead down to the timeline of this video and scrub forward all the way, fast forward all the way to the end of the video where we come back for the conclusion, because there's gonna be more information there. Can't cut the live stream, so you just have to go to the bottom of the video right now and then click on that fast forward all the way to the end of the video where we're all back in here where we wrap up the orientation.
Good morning, everyone. Can you have your attention, please? I need all eyes up here. All eyes up here. Please turn around and face this direction. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you had a great time and were able to find your classes and your schedules and everything. Mr. Dane's going to go over what the first day of school looks like, what you need to do. And then we're going to close out with questions. If you can have our student leaders that are here, if you can make your way down here. Actually, just come right down on this wall near the piano. Just stand right down there. We're going to have you all introduce yourself. All right, so our first day of school. How many of you ever find your first period of class? Can you raise your hand up? You were able to find your first period of class. If you were not able to find your first period of class, can you put your hand up? Yeah. All right, is it because there's a study hall or you stop there? Okay, so study hall on your first day, just so you are aware, we'll likely be in the cafeteria. We will make those announcements, all those signs will be posted, ready for you guys to go on that first day of school. So here's really what it comes down to on the first day of school. We are going to extend first period on that first day of school. There's just some nuts and bolts type of things that we have to go over, such as, what does the rest of the day's schedule look like? We're going to go over what does the rest of the first week look like, because I'll be honest, we try to get a lot of things into that first week so that we don't have to interrupt our teaching and learning as we move into the following week. So we're going to probably do some safety drills later on that week, things like that. So we're going to lay out that entire schedule for you there on that first day during that first period. Two things that we want to make sure that you are bringing to questions in just a second, okay? So hang on to it. Please don't forget what your question is. All right. If you are a Western Center student, all right, we're going to hang on to you for that first little bit on that first day of school. All right, so you're going to come in. We're going to hang on to you here and meet you down there a little bit later. Just so again, that you get all of that same information, all of those nuts and bolts, so that you are ready to make the most out of these first couple of weeks of school. Second piece. Bring a fully charged laptop. We believe at this point, right, that you will be getting your laptops on the first day of school, so it will be fully charged for you. All right, so make sure that you have that. And again, as you're looking around, make sure that we are recommending that you wear a mask again yourself and keep our community safe and healthy. So please make sure that, again, if you're intending to wear a mask, make sure that you bring that mask. All right. One of the things that you will find that we try to do here at Pottsgrove High School that you might not be familiar with, we try to tell our own story. Right? There's a lot of people out there in the world that like to tell the story of public education without necessarily being in public education. So we try to do our best to tell our story. What does that mean? That means we are using our social media platforms on a daily basis. So make sure that you are following us on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. Right? Those are important places where you can get some news, get some updates. Right? They're not going to be the primary source of that information, but it's a good place where you can see some of the cool things that are happening here at Pottsgrove High School. Now, the important piece, right, to connect with is a connect with right now. All right, we're going to do on this for the next 4 years for some of you. All right, this is a do this thing right now. All right, Remind is a text messaging feature that we have here at the high school. It allows our class advisors to connect with you, it allows your teachers to connect with you, all right, it allows you to connect back with them. All right, we have 2 of our classes up here. If we have any of our upperclassmen or juniors and seniors, we'll get that information out on the first day of school on how you can connect to this Remind group. But what you're going to do, all right, if you want to connect, or I should say, you should connect to these groups, is you're going to send the message that's down here in the green box. So if you're a 10th grader, you're going to do at PGHS 2024. You're going to send that text message to the phone number 81010. And then if you are 9th grade, you're going to send the message at Grove 2025, and you're going to send that to the phone number 81010. All right, it's really important that you do that because this is a one-time join type of thing. And as we get down towards the big stuff, homecoming, color day, midterm exams, final exams, graduation, all right? These are the messages that are coming out through Remind. So please make sure that you are there and that you are connecting. So if you have not taken out your phone and done that, please do that before you leave today. We'll make sure that slide gets back up there before we leave. So with that, I'm going to turn back over to Dr. Z. You can bring our student leaders up here really quickly, get your questions answered for you. Awesome. So come on over here, student leaders. We'll put you right here. And here's what we're going to do. We're just going to have you introduce yourself. Tell us your grade, your name, your grade, and how you're involved in Pottsgrove.
Hi, my name is Cindy Fox. I'm going to 11th grade and I'm the varsity cheer captain.
Hello, I'm Wyatt here. I'm about to be a senior. I play 3 sports. I'm an NHS, and yeah, that's about it.
Hi, I'm Riley Kaleda. I am in field hockey in the Crosshair Pottsgrove and I'm also National Honor Society AQ Club.
Hi, I'm Kyla Shepard. I'm going to be a junior. I did field hockey and choir orchestra band.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm a sophomore and I am in student council.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm choir orchestra, student and student council.
Hi, my name is Denaya. I'm a senior and I'm in Key Club, NHS, and I do lacrosse and swim. Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm a senior this year and I'm involved in NHS and FEDER.
Hi, my name is Chiso and I'm a senior this year. I'm the president of NHS and I do track and soccer.
Awesome. Let's give a big round of applause to our student leaders. That's it for what they do. So I want you to hear a common theme, right? Common theme. They're all involved in at least one activity. Most of them are involved in more than one activity, right? So pretty awesome when you think about that they're involved in all those activities. So let's get your questions. We're going to actually see if the students can help me answer them. Is that good? Awesome. By the way, if you don't know Wyatt, you're going to see this guy every day. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and cool shorts. He's like totally styling every day. How do you do it? And this year you got the hair going too. Man. It's looking good. Okay. Who's up? Questions? Who's got a question? Yeah, sure. Why do we have what? Why do we have a bank? Excellent question. Who wants to answer that? Jesus, pull it down.
So if you have a part-time job and like just start working, you can definitely a lot of things with that with the school.
Thank you. You can also, the bank, a lot of our students will go in there and deposit their checks or cash their checks from work. You can open a savings account, a checking account, and they do some pretty cool things. Great question. Next question. All eyes up here. Next, no questions? So I'm gonna ask a quick question here, okay? Favorite lunch at Pottsgrove High School? Who wants to go?
Free lunch is the best. It's right in the middle of the day. You start getting hungry. See lunch, you're really hungry. Yes.
Okay, now we
C lunch is better because it's actually a normal time to eat compared to A lunch, which is breakfast. And then into C lunch, you can eat throughout your classes.
The main reason C lunch is the best is because there's only 2 classes afterwards, so you're almost every day at that point, and it makes life a lot easier. That is why C lunch is superior.
School starts at 7:30. Think of when you're eating breakfast. There is so much time in between, what, like 6:45 when you eat, and then you have eat lunch? See lunch. Eat so late. No, I don't have to eat lunch.
Okay, last one.
Free lunch is like right in the middle of the day. So you have the perfect time when you go home, have a snack, do whatever. It's like, it's great. It's right there, it's not in the middle.
Okay, we have a question. Ladies and gentlemen, eyes up here, please pay attention, no talking. Yes. Where'd you buy that Hawaiian shirt? Aeropostale. You know what? We need another Hawaiian. He's graduating. He's never going to get another one. But if he was wearing that Hawaiian shirt, join the Hawaiian Club. We should start something like the Hawaiian Club. We should start a club. Yes, question in the back.
What's your favorite class?
Favorite class? Let's get 1 or 2 of you. One of you. Tonight, you got this. And you can hand it right to her. Yes.
Well, my favorite class was Algebra 2, I think, with Miss Artem, and Chemistry with Mr. Sheehan.
Hi, My favorite class was AP Psychology and Orchestra. I like the teachers a lot, and they're very helpful in all their work, and they really encourage us to get along.
Okay, anyone else real quick? Lydia?
Any class with Mr. Kriegel or Miss Miller, business classes to be specific, like marketing or, personal finance. I would recommend taking personal finance for career exploration because it's something you need for life. And they are the supervisors for that kind of stuff. You should join that too.
And conference class is the easiest and best class ever, just so you know.
Okay, awesome, great, excellent. One more time, student leaders, hang on here, you talk to you all, but let's give it up one more time for our student leaders. And if we could have our faculty and staff, please take your spots in the dismissal areas. If you're doing the dismissal areas, please take your spots. Hey, students, we really want to thank you for coming out today. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Invite your parents, guardians to come out. 7 o'clock here is the parent orientation here in the high school auditorium. Thanks so much for coming, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you. This concludes the student orientation.